We have 30 minutes to the end of our call, and we basically have 4 indicators that I want to talk about today. So I'm going to start with what I feel was my hardest indicator to understand. Then I'll go to the easy ones, right? The reason why I start with this, because I found that so many people fail to understand it. So let me start with this hardest indicator. What do you need to look at these indicators? Basically, 3 main things. 1, the settings of the indicator. So note down, because I'm going to talk about that. The settings of the indicator. Now, why do we look at the settings of the indicator? We want to put in indicators that can help us set them right to suit the crypto market. Because these indicators that we are talking about have been in the financial markets for a very long time. And if we don't give them the right settings, they will not give us the right results in the crypto market, because we are specifically looking at the crypto market. So there are so many indicators on TradingView, but we are identifying indicators that are suitable for the crypto market, not suitable for other markets that are available elsewhere. So the settings we provide are strictly for the crypto market. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to talk about the first indicator called the Fibonacci, or the Fibonacci. I don't know how we pronounce it. Mr. Rubet could be good at the names, right?
That's correct.
I don't know how.
That's correct. Fibonacci.
Fibonacci. Right. Okay, so we are going to look at this indicator first. It has the auto one and it has the manual one. But I'll talk about the auto one because it's the simplest. But maybe if we organize in the future, I could show you how you can also draw your own, the manual one. All right. So let us go to this indicator. So I'll share my screen and then go to TradingView. And my trend line is still in. So where do we find the indicators? We find them on the plus sign, right? So you tap on the plus sign, then you go to what we call FX indicators. Then you tap it, and it basically leads you to where you see favorite. Favorite means that once you find an indicator, you tap on the star and get it out of the menu. Then we have technicals. So we shall tap on technicals. Then when you tap on technicals, we have indicators, strategies, volume profile. We have auto and candlestick patterns. So we shall tap on auto, right? And when we tap on auto, we shall write the name auto fib retracement. So there will be 2. There is auto fib extension and there is auto fib retracement. So we are going to look at the auto Fibonacci retracement indicator. And we are going to tap on it once. And it's going to get into our screen. So if you tap on it more than one time, then it will get into your screen more than one time. So tap once. All right. I hope everybody can be able to see the indicator on the top of the screen here. And now once you see the indicator, it has the eye. So it means when you tap on the eye, it will disappear from your screen. When you tap on the X, you have removed it from the screen. So let me return it again now. So it's already here because I've removed it from the menu. Now, when it comes, it doesn't look like this. Now, this one of mine is set up. So let me first return it to how it looks like. Then I show you how you need it to set it up. All right, let me do it faster. It's enough. Now, as it comes when the values are like this, they have 0.38 with the price. What you see in the bracket is the price of the market at the line. For example, this line, this one is this line. And when the market touches, it will touch it at that price in the bracket, that price in the bracket, that price in the bracket. So what do we do to set it up right? First step, touch the indicator. The name of the indicator, that's the most important area. Touch it once. It will give you this area called the settings. So touch that area, the settings. And once you touch it, it's going to open up. It has 3 inputs. It has input, style, and visibility. We never change the visibility of any indicator. All the indicators I'm going to talk about, we don't change their visibility. We just work on the input and the style, right? So what do we look at? Remember, the market moves from the left to the right. We want our values to be reading from the right. So that's why instead of us seeing values, let us see percentage, which are more readable. Instead of the market going to the left, let the market go to the right. So the values will go on the right. Now, it comes with these settings. And on this side, it comes with these numbers. These numbers represent the lines, but these are in values. But on our screen, they'll read in percentage. Simple formula, not to complicate anything for you. Tick every box on the left. Simple formula. I don't want to complicate. This line means this. Tick everything on the left. What do you mean? You'll find some boxes down here. Tick everything. I've not said on the right, on the left. Every box. But the last 2 boxes, there will be some boxes ticked on the right already. Don't untick them and say they say tick everything on the right, so you must also untick everything on the right. No, leave them. But this side on, there are last 2 boxes, this one and this one. Just tick them left and right. Tick everything on the left, and the last 2 boxes, tick them left and right. And that is the settings of the auto Fibonacci retracement. I'm done with the settings. Simple. Open inputs, tick every box on your left, and the last 2 boxes, tick them left and right. We are done. Now, down here, there are 3 dots. Tap on them, save as default. If you don't save, you'll come back and what you had set has changed. So set it up, then press OK. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our auto FBI retracement indicator in our screen. And we are done with setting it up. It will be looking so nice. It will be giving us the percentages on each line. If I widen it very well, you can see this is 0, this is 23.6, plus the price when the market touches that line. The price of the coin is what I mean. The price of the coin when the market touches that line. All right, I hope you see it. Now, having given you the settings, I want to talk about important lines on the indicator. Now, the indicator has important lines that when the market touches there, something must happen unless there is a manipulation in the market. So it gives you confidence. But before I show you those important areas, I want you also to know that these lines act as support and resistance. If the market breaks, for example, the market moves from here, you see it very well from here. The market is fighting to break line 23 to go up. So if I know it, let me just show you. I tap on my pencil, then come to this area called price prediction and measurement, which has an area called the price range. So you tap on it, it appears in your screen. If I know it, I'll just get in from here, and my take profit will be here, and that is 30%. Because I know the principle, that these lines act as support and resistance. And I know an important area. So I get in, my take profit is 30%. Someone may say, but Julius, how long did that take? Still, you have come down to price range, prediction and measurement area. There is one called date and price range. Tap on it if you want to prove and see. From here, it took Gala how many days? It took Gala 27 days to deliver 30%. So if you don't need this big, then go and change your time frame. Go to the 4-hour time frame. It will be different. It will take, you'll be getting in and getting out depending. Or go and change your time frame. Go to the 1-hour time frame. So it still gets back to you, right? So I'll go to the 1 day. Let me talk about this important. So understand that these act as support and resistance, basically. Now we start. Can everybody, Mr. Rubet, can you see this dotted line, this one?
Yep.
Is the small dotted line?
Yep, it's
beautiful.
clear.
Now all of us can see there is 0 here. And all of us can see there is 100 here. It is hidden in that word, but there's 100. Let me try to balance my screen. All right. Everybody can see 100 here and 0 here. What does this mean? This means that the market moved from 100 to 0. The previous trend was a downward trend. Not the current price, not the current trend, but the previous trend was a downward trend. Now, unless this becomes 100 and this becomes 0, this is still a downward trend. I don't know whether that is very clear. Simple logic to understand. The market moved from 100 to 0. It means the previous trend was a downward trend. Now, this is still a downward trend. But what happens? The market is not like a train. It does not move down in one single line. If a market's going to take a downward trend, what happens? If it touches here, it moves up, it goes down, it moves up, it goes down, it moves up, it goes down, it moves up, it goes down again. So when does the market retrace? When the market touches the 0 line, unless there is a manipulation in the market. This indicator has 3 important lines that I want you to know. It has 38.2, it has 50%, and it has 61.8% line. The market can move from here, touch 38.2, and then it moves down. Or it can move from here, touch 50%, and then move down. Or it can move from here and touch in between here, and then it moves down. It's a principle unless there is manipulation in the market. So if I know it as a principle, I'll just pick my price range and I say, okay, we enter from here. How much is this, Julius? This is 30. Okay. So I can either stop here because I know these lines act as support and resistance, and I said that will be enough for me. That will be my enough take profit. All I can say, but let me continue to enjoy, because I know the market might, like the word you hear, might. It's not 100% that the market will. Then I stop here. So I'll take my 49 because I know the market will hit there and move back down, or it can still move up to here. This one around here, in between 61.8 and 50, then move down. This is when the market is on a downward trend. Now let's check it up. Now, when you are trading using this indicator, keep the time frame. This will be different. It might be different in the 4-hour time frame. Let us check. See, it's different, like I've said. You see, this is different now. So don't use the indicator in the 1 day and in the 4-hour. It's different now in the 4-hour time frame. If you see it very clearly, I'm trying to make my balance up my screen. You see now what's different. Zero is still down here, right? That's good. And 100 is on top. But usually keep the time frame. I thought this was different. 100 is down. But you see now, also this one means, look at the dotted line. The market moved from 100 to 0. Then it moved up. You see, there was a little retracement. It means there is too much volume in Ghana as a coin. But there was a little retracement in this area. Just a little retracement. But this is 4-hour time frame. There was a little retracement in this area. But because of the huge volume, the market moved up. But if I keep the principle and don't remain greedy, and I got in from here, I would have taken, this is 23, I would have taken a comfort of 3.5. Then I wait. If I want to make my second entry, then I will just look at these candles. I see it has crossed here. It means now this is the resistance. If you are talking about support and resistance, this means the area where the market beats and it cannot go through, or where the market stops, like here. The market stopped here, it has failed to go through. Now this is the support. If the market fails to go through here, then this is the resistance. So I'll use these lines as support and resistance. When the market crosses this line, then I know the market is fighting to get to this line. When the market breaks this line, I know the market is fighting to get into this line. When the market breaks this line, I know it is fighting to get into this line. When the market gets into the line, I know it's fighting to get into this line. That is what I mean by support and resistance areas using this indicator. Now let me find a reverse. Let me find a reverse. I'll look at Luna. It's not in Royalq. I'm just finding, let me use Dodge. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, now this is perfect, but just the difference. Important areas of notice. The market moved from 0. The market moved from 100, sorry, from 100 to 0. It has to retrace unless it's manipulated. 50% of its journey, like it had to move up in the other scenario, 50% of its journey. So it has to move down. It can either, if there is too much volume, stop on 38.2 and move up, or it can tap on 50 and move up, or it can touch in between 38 here and move up, but it can never retrace 100%. So since I know the rule, I can either get in from here and set up margin calls. The reason why you set up margin calls because you're not sure exactly where it's gonna stop. Now here there was some little manipulation, but you see, although there has been a manipulation, the market has reversed because it moved from 100 to 0. It has to reverse, then get back to 0 again. Now that is the auto FBI retracement. Now it has some important areas still. Okay, let me look at a coin called MDX just to bring out the idea very well. Okay, let's look at MDX. Okay, it changed, but I hope you see what's happening with MDX now. Unless there's a manipulation, let me look at see if it's still here. Maybe in the one. Okay, let me first show you this. Here there is also an important area when 0 is down and 100 is on top. There is line code 61.8, this one. Most times, it's an important area because most times whenever the market hits up, it has to shoot up. 61.8. It's an important area. In an uptrend, let me see if I can see. It also has an important area called 160. It's 161. Just need to know those important areas. Usually, this is an important area, but when the market is manipulated and touches this line, most times this one, it has to bounce back to either 100 or 0. So if you know it, it can be an entry area plus your margin calls, then you enjoy the trade. So instead of you getting from everywhere in the market, once you see the market touch this line, you don't ask a question. You say, all right, this is a good area to get in, unless there is a manipulation in the market. But it's usually respect to those areas. For example, this is MDX in the 1 hour time frame. You see the market moved from, because the market doesn't move plain. You see the market moved from here to here, sorry, to 0 above. It had to retrace. Either it had to stop here unless there is a manipulation over here. But when there is a manipulation, like in this case, you see the market stopped here. I want you to see here. Then it moved up before it came down again, if it had to continue. So still, even if you were in these areas, you would not have missed out if you trade with margin calls. Now that is the first indicator that I wanted to share with you, the auto FBI retracement. Is there any question? We're about to come to the end. I'll run first to the second indicator. Any question? Now, let me go to a second indicator that is very important. And this indicator is called the EMA. Now, this indicator basically shows you an uptrend. As simple as that. It shows you that this market, Julius, just get in, it's gonna do well. It's gonna do well. Then after, we are going to combine the two indicators, and now you see how it makes sense. All right. Okay. Okay, now this indicator is called EMA. I'm gonna talk about these two. It is just called, you just write in the word EMA, and it will give you moving average exponential. Now, some traders use the moving average, but I prefer the moving average exponential. Why? It removes the noise in the market. Now, Julius, what do you mean by the noise? It does not show 1 minute, 5 minute, 5 seconds downward movement in the market. It keeps the trend. So let us drop it in our screen. And there we go. It is there. It is the EMA. We just don't need to complicate it. Just keep it simple. We are using the EMA now. On our training schedule, I talked about the 200 EMA, but I will use the 50 because I want people to get into the market and get out. Okay, now let me find both scenarios for you to see. So I'm gonna first get off this. I don't want to combine them now. I'll combine them for you later. Now, what is the 50 EMA? So how do we do? Remember, I talked about the settings. Open the indicator, tap on the settings. You want to trade, tap on the settings. Here, it's only the input. You'll find 9, put 50. Simple. Here, it will give you, it will have SMA. Just tap on EMA. Just that. The length is okay. You can put 5. It has 7. You can leave it at 7 or put 5. It's okay that way. The length. That's the length of the indicator. So remember, whatever we said, whatever you have, make sure you save, right? Save as default, press OK. Now, what do you see in your screen is what you see. Now, this is simple to interpret. When candles form above the 50 EMA, it is a bullish signal. When indicators close below the 50 EMA, it's a bearish signal. As simple as that. If you have understood that, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. No complications on that indicator. It's as simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Candles close above the 50 MA, it is a bullish signal. Candles close below the 50 MA, it's a bearish signal. Don't tamper with the market. Just know the market's gonna go down. Leave the market. But once you see it, candles forming above it, bingo. Enjoy your money. Simple.
That's a good one, bro. As simple as it gets.
Yeah, sure, it's very simple. So now let's go to our third indicator. Third indicator. I want to talk about this indicator maybe. Let me do this indicator. Then we shall go to the last one. The indicator I want to talk about is the stochastic. The stochastic RSI, like you see it here. All right. So we tap on it once, it sits into our screen. Okay. Now you see my indicator is set up. So let me take you through the settings of this indicator to give you the perfect results you want, depending on the crypto market space. So we tap on it, then we go on the settings. We said we only change the input and the style. This is the input. The K is the blue line. The D we shall see. That is just the settings of the stochastic RSI. You can take a screenshot for you to become very easy for you. That is the settings of the stochastic RSI. When your indicator comes, it will come with a 3 here, a 3 here, a 14 here, a 14 here. Change to 4, to 2, to 9, to 9. Okay. Then let's go to the style. This is more important. Now we have K, which has the blue stochastic, like I'll show you. Tap on it. Increase the thickness. Now, when these two lines are moving in your screen, like I'm going to show you, one must be thicker than the other to make it easy for you to see how the market is moving. They should not have the same volume or the same movement. No, one should be thicker than the other. Right? So where do we see that? Here on the thickness. Don't over thicken it, but the second thickness box is good. So just tap on it, done deal. You can leave the D. Don't change it. Then let us go to the upper band. It has an area called the upper band. Like we are going to see, the market moves from down here. We want to set it that if this market sells 90%, we should not enter the market. So that's what we call the upper band. The market comes on, people keep on buying, they buy up to 90%. We don't want to get into the market when people have bought 90% of this coin. That is what we call the upper band. So what do? Just tap on this area of the color. Yours will come black, plain. Choose the color of your own that you want. I don't restrict colors. Make sure the opacity or the clarity is 100. And you can also increase the thickness to this line. Right? Then you touch anywhere, you are out of that. Now, yours will come with the dash line. Turn it to line, this corner here. Then here it will come with 80, press it 90, remove the 80 and put 90. We want not to get ourselves in the market when the market has sold 90%. We don't want to risk our funds when the market has performed 90%. Then the middle line. So this is the upper line. Like we're going to see, there is a middle line, there is a lower line. The market has moved from here. People are buying. Maybe you missed to enter from here. You can still enter when this stochastic is still here. You can still enter when the stochastic is here. But once it has sold 50%, just know if you are getting into this corner, you are into the second 50%. So you don't want to get in when it's almost touching the 90% sold area. Unless you practice enough. If you were a beginner, I would advise you to only enter trade where the stochastic RSI is below the 50% line. But if you keep on practicing, you can still get in around this area. All right. So that's why we are setting this. So tap on the color. Choose your own. Mine is orange. Make sure the opacity is 100 and the thickness in the second box. Now we go to the lower band. Make sure I choose the color of your own. Thickness here, 100% opacity, that's the clarity. Then turn these dotted lines to line. Make sure they're in line. Now here, make sure you put 10. Don't put 0, it comes with a 0, put 10. Then you are done with the setting of the stochastic RSI. So you can take a screenshot. If you don't see your screen well, just double tap twice on your screen, and this will be very clear for you. Don't forget to tap on these 3 dots, tap on them, save as default, press OK. Now, this is the movement of the stochastic RSI. See it? Now, maybe someone was saying, I will trade when the candle is above. Now, true also, this green candle is above. But you see, I will not enter when it's here. Yes, I can get in here. All right. But once it touches that top line, I'm out of business. I can still get in here. This is so safe. I keep on enjoying. Like you see, it touches the 50%. See now it moves down a little bit. Now margin calls save you here. Then it sells around here. So you are now combining this with this. This is confirming you uptrend, but this tells you when to get in and when not to get in. So the middle line represents 50%. This one represents 10%. This represents 90%. Don't risk your funds when the market has sold 90%. You see, just want to show you, it usually moves with the movement of the market. I usually become happy. Whenever I see the stochastic below this line and it's pointing up, I become excited because I know the market has moved down. People have oversold all their assets. Now people are buying. You see, you come from here, you enjoy. You see the stochastic here, you move out of the market. Then these ones suffer the consequences. You are out of business. That is our third indicator. I want to give you the best indicator all the time. I decided to end with this one because when you read about this indicator, it is the best. It is the best. I've never seen an indicator like this one I'm going to provide to you. Why? This indicator was developed in the 1930s by a gentleman called Elliot. Now, Elliot, just to give you a little bit about this gentleman, he was forced to retire before his retirement age because he was suffering from a chronic disease. Now, he sat down and studied this indicator and wanted to find out which indicator could save him from the challenges he was having in the rest of his life. So he came up with this Elliot indicator. Now, what does this Elliot indicator give? It gives the prediction of the market. Right, so let's go into the Elliot wave. And where is my trading view? Okay, so now let us press in. Now, before I press in the indicator, when does the Elliot wave appear in a coin? It will not appear in all coins. It does not appear in ranging markets. It does not appear in sideways. Okay, in short, it does not appear with markets that has not decided. It will only appear in impulsive market, whether the market is having an uptrend or the market is having a downward trend. That's where it will appear, right? So let's press it in. And it is called the Elliot. So when you tap on Elliot, it will give you many, but choose this one. the Elliot wave pattern updated. Let's go. Wow. Imagine if you knew about this indicator, right? And you saw Gala, because it gives before something happens. Yeah, it predicts the market. Does well that. So imagine, let me just show you. I'm going to talk about it. Imagine you knew it, you saw a 4, and you know the market will get to 5. You entered from here, and you have taken 41%. Because the market will tell you, we are going to go up. We are going to go up. Although it doesn't move in one direction, but it will get up. Right, let's look at this indicator. All right. The indicator has what we call waves, right? The indicator has what, let me start with the settings of the indicator first, by the way. Let's open it up. This one doesn't have any settings, but it has 2 types of waves. It has the main waves and the sub waves. No complications. Each main wave has 5 sub waves. So someone should not think I'll have several. No, each main waves has 5 sub waves. What are the main waves? Let's save as default and go into. There's main wave 1, which starts from here to here, and it is bullish. There is main wave 2, which starts from where 1 ends to 2, and it's bearish. There is main wave 3, which starts from 2 to where 3 ends, and it is bullish. From here to here, it is bullish. There is main wave 4, which starts from 3 up here to 4, and it is bearish. And there is main wave 5, which starts from 4 to 5, and it is bullish. In short, wave 1, wave 3, and wave 5 are bullish. Simple. Wave 2 and wave 4 are bearish. Simple. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. These ones, they are what we call the motive waves. Because remember I said that each wave has 5 subwaves. Now, the collective waves are A, B, and C. A is bearish, so once it forms A, then it will form B. B will be around here. So A is bearish, B is bullish, and then it will form C. And C is bearish. Each wave, either it is 1 to 5 or A, B, and C, has 5 subwaves. So you can decide to come back on the settings and return these ones, but me, I removed them, just not to cause confusion. All right, but save as a poll. Let me show you if it will show up here. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it may not show. Okay, here it doesn't show, but in some coins you'll see showing you the subwaves. So don't get scared. But what you can do you can remove. You just put the opacity to 0. You just remove and put to 0. You remove also the collective ones, those are the A, B, C. Then you save as default and press OK. So this wave will always show you the market trend. Now, how do I use these indicators? That's my last take. Then we go into the questions, if they are there. First and foremost, I'll drop in because if you are not paid your trading view, you can only have 3 indicators. You cannot exceed 3 at a go. When you pay, you can have more. But I can still use this. What do I do? I leave my stochastic RSI on. I don't remove this one. But I can always remove the 50 EMA. Why? Because it has already shown me the direction of the market. It has shown me that candles are forming above it. It's on an uptrend. So I remove it. It has shown me, I just tap on X. Because it's already in my favorite. Then I go and bring the auto FBI retracement indicator. Why? Because this one will give me when to enter and when to get out. Now, I personally never trade coins that have overperformed, especially when I look at my stochastic RSI. You see it is in the oversold area, right? But if I was going to get into this coin at the right time, I'll just look at my stochastic because I know it's on an uptrend. You see here on 0, I know to stop on 38.2 before moving down. So if my stochastic RSI, just look at it where I'm drawing my line. Let me just draw a vertical line. You just bring in a vertical line. You see here. If I draw my line there, you can see that the stochastic RSI had changed in that corner and pointed up. So if I had got in at 0, or this is a triangle, I need to pick a price range. So here, because my stochastic was now pointing up, I'll just get out at 38, which is 2.6%. My take profit. Let me widen. That was too much. I had to stop on the lower line. Okay, you need to widen your screen so that you can see. So I would get in from here because I know it's on an uptrend already. Then I get out from here, which is 2%. It is 2% of how much capital you have. That gets back to you. All, then it closes. I know this market can move from 0. Like you remember I told you, it always keeps the principle. You see it retraced when it touched this area. You see it formed, then formed a green candle, then it went up again. Then I can use the principle of support and resistance if I want to still trade this coin. But if I get my 2%, I can get out of the trade. I hope you see here it was more perfect. Because when you trade in the 4-hour time frame, your profit will be huger than someone trading in the 1 hour. Look at, you got in from here. Look at the stochastic RSI here. Perfect. I get in from here. I know the market will retrace because it's a downward trend. I keep the principle in my mind. I enter from here. Because now you see, I'm combining now 3 indicators. Let me just show you. This is a 2. It has formed. This was bearish. This one is bearish. 3 is bullish. And now it says me 2 is done. How do you know that the line is done? It moves from being dotted and it becomes bold. It means no more zone here. This is done. Then I get in because it will show me. I get in from here. I look at my stochastic, beautiful. I wait it for maybe to get up. If you want to wait for it to point up, maybe you get in from here and say up to 38. This is 3%. Let me widen my screen to show you. I stop on the line. 3%. Now, as I'm maybe I had set this trade because each candle you see there is 4 hours. I come to check my trade. Now, I want to remind you that this robot is artificially intelligent. If this market has momentum, the robot will not give you 3%. It will give you more than the 3% you have set. If this market has momentum, it means that this robot is so perfect that it can give you from here, if the market remains in momentum, up to here, 5% before this retracement happens. So it will subtract, and instead of 3, it will give you 4% because it is a robot trading. That's how perfect and sweet using Royalq is. So this is how you can use these 3 indicators on combination, 4 of them, and be able to keep winning. Lastly, I'll come on camera and talk about the rules of this indicator. Let me show them to you so that you become comfortable. I want to give you comfort. Rule number 1. Wave number 2 can never retrace 100% up to 0. It is a non-breakable rule. It's like these are rules that are non-breakable. They can never be broken. 2 can never retrace where 1 started. That is a rule. Rule number 2. Wave number 3 is usually the longest. So on wave number 1, 3, and 5, wave number 3 can never be the shortest. This one gives more profit. So once you see wave number 3, know that today money is going to kill you. You enter from here, just know this is the longest wave. Rule number 3, wave number 4 can never retrace up to where wave number 3 started. It can never retrace. So that are the 3 unbreakable rules. Rule number 1, 2 can never retrace up to where 1 started. Rule number 2, 3 will always be the longest wave. It can never be the shortest. Rule number 4, 4 can never retrace up to where 3 started. And that is how simple we keep on trading. Now, let me show you one account. I was teaching one of my team members how to trade, and I opened this account that I don't use to trade. It uses $100, right? So I opened it on the 26th because I used 250 and made $2,400 in 2 months because I basically am not a trader. I don't spend time on the market, me personally. I pick one coin and I know it will deliver and I move out of the market. I don't stay in the market. I pick one coin. I say, okay, 2% will be enough for me today. And me, I leave the market. I don't stay here. You can never see me. That's why you see now I'm not trading. I have no coin that I'm trading. I traded in the morning. And that was enough for me. And I took my little percentage and I got out. So I started with $100. And I made $7, $4, $5, $5. And today, so far, I've made $21. This I took a huge take profit. So it works. It is tested. It is proven. And if you use it, you combine those 3 indicators. Basically, it will be a play game for you if you are trading USDT pairs. Thank you so much, Mr. Rubert, unless there are some questions for me. But thank you so much for having me here today.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you so much for that amazing,
Thank you so much.
amazing presentation.